I have to ask about AI, hot topic of the year or whatever. Any ways that you're using that yet?
No, I have done work in the past. I think my hat as a mathematician guides a lot of my thinking here. I'll share an anecdote that I think is appropriate for the application of AI in finance. And it's that if you train something with a neural net in a reinforcement learning framework to play chess, within a day, given today's computing power, you can beat all humans
Hmm.
handily. Humans can't compete playing chess against something trained that way. What's fascinating and I think instructive about that is that if you then say, let's let the knights move like rooks, and you let that same amazing bit of code play against humans, a 5-year-old will beat it.
No
And
kidding.
this is so part of the fabric of AI that it has a name, and it's called catastrophic forgetting.
Right.
Uh, we think that markets are dynamic enough to give pause to the application of AI
Yeah.
in finance.
Yeah. That's really interesting. But yet you still are looking for a link, I guess, between academic math and
Yeah,
finance.
yeah, and I think it's a great contrast wherein an AI approach tends to say, let's build an artificial uh, structure to relate inputs to some output. So some supervised learning approach says, let's have the inputs match these outputs, and the computer can say how those ought to relate to each other. What that ends up doing in general is overfitting to the past in finance.
Yeah.
And there's, I think, several examples where you can find that. Probably the most readily available is looking at something like Zillow's efforts in pricing homes and then buying them via their modeling, which failed. Where there's a distinction then is this idea that the exercise of math modeling of financial assets is, in my opinion, best supported by the approach of having a worldview, a priori view of what the relationships should be and imposing that on. That's not possible in the AI setting. You
Right.
can't impose a view in an AI setting readily. There might be some workarounds on that, but not readily. So the contrast ends up being one that says fit very well to history, given free parameters on any relationships that might obtain, versus saying to a model, this is the relationship that should exist. Now tell me if there's a mispricing. And it's in the latter place that I think there's more opportunity for identifying alpha